Hello to all. Today, the topic for my video is the Indian financial system. Although it is a bit lengthy topic, but I will try to cover it in a very short span of time. All right. See, in front of you, you all can see there is a huge flow chart. Basically, if you want, you can take the screenshot and this flow chart. First of all, it clearly depicts what all Indian financial system comprises of. Okay, and slowly and gradually as I will move forward, I will zoom in the main headings and accordingly we can study. So see, the Indian financial system, basically what is the meaning of the financial system? See, it enables the lenders and borrowers to exchange the funds. Okay, Indian financial system is controlled by independent regulators, okay, in the sectors of insurance, banking, capital and various service sector. You all can see what are the regulators which are being mentioned. We have RBI, IRDA, that is Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, SEBI, NABARD and MOF, which is your Ministry of Finance. So these are the top main regulators which are supervising the Indian financial system in general in India. Okay, RBI everyone is very much familiar with, the controller of money market. It was established in the year 1935. IRDA, the years are also mentioned in which they were established. Okay, and the bullet points are also mentioned which will enable you to understand what are the main functions, or basically what all uh, activities are undertaken by a particular regulatory body. Next, when we talk about the Indian financial system, see, India is a developing country and it is the fifth largest economy in the world in terms of its nominal GDP. Next, there are three main components of the Indian financial system, or you can say in which the financial system is basically being divided or bifurcated. The very first is financial institution. You all can see the intermediaries of financial institutions are highlighted with brown color. Then we have the financial services, and the last one is the financial instruments. Okay. Uh, Before moving forward, it is a very lengthy topic. So I will just highlight the main headings in this particular video. Part 2 I will make it again. See, the Indian financial system, first of all, it is divided into two major categories, formal and informal. Formal financial system, I will zoom in for you people. Formal financial system is one which is highly, which is regulated by a regulatory body. And what are those regulatory body? I have already mentioned and highlighted in yellow and pink color. ठीक है, और जो इनफॉर्मल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, बेसिकली अनऑर्गेनाइज है, जहाँ पे डायरेक्टली कोई सुपरवाइजिंग अथॉरिटी नहीं है. एंड व्हाट आर द कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ इनफॉर्मल फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम और विच इज़ हाईली अनऑर्गेनाइज? इट इज़ योर मनी लेंडर्स, लोकल बैंकर्स, traders, landlords, pawners, brokers. Okay, so these are the your subclassification of your informal financial system, which is highly unorganized. Next, we come on to the main three components of the Indian financial system, which are number one, your financial institution. Okay, now what are the intermediaries which are involved in financial institution? Before moving forward, first let us understand what is the financial institution. So basically, financial institutions role is to mediate between the lender and the borrower. Okay, and financial institutions, they provide a balance between loan taker and the amount depositor. All right, and what are the main components? We have all the banking institutions. Now, banking classification of bank is another separate topic. Now, they are classified in two main categories: scheduled cooperative bank and commercial banks. Commercial bank are again then classified into public sector, private sector, foreign banks and RRBs. One major question which can be, it is often asked in an interview: what is the difference between a foreign bank and an overseas bank? So basically, foreign bank is a bank which is registered outside India, but it is operating in the other countries, whereas overseas bank is the bank which has its branches in many other countries. So you all should know what are these the basic questions related to some of the banking in the banking sector. Okay, next we have the NBF, non-banking financial institutions. We have mutual funds, insurance and housing finance companies. So these are somewhat classification of the financial institution. Then we have the financial services, the second most important component of the Indian financial system. So before moving forward, again let us understand what is the meaning of the financial services. So financial services main objective is to provide counseling to their visitors regarding the purchase or selling of a property or lending or investment. Now what kind of financial services are provided by, they are highlighted over here. Like we have the depositories, two main depositories working in India, NSDL and CDSL. Then we have custodial, credit rating, factoring, forfeiting, merchant banking, leasing, which is very popular, hire purchase, guaranteeing, portfolio management, and of course, underwriting. Next, third main uh, component or the category of the Indian financial system is the financial instrument. Again, this is very important. Now, financial instrument basically, there are two main. You can say there are there are two market in which the financial instruments are being purchased and sold: the money market and the capital market. All right. So basically, money market is the market where short-term funds are lent, and capital market is where the medium and long-term funds are being lent. Okay, then the further classification is the of financial instruments is like on the basis of the term and then the type. So this way, basically, although it is a very lengthy topic, I will again make a separate video on it. So I hope in nutshell you can get a fair idea of what the Indian financial system is all about. So if you want, you all can take a screenshot, and I'm very sure that it will be of great use to you all. Thank you.